Hey there, lovely people. Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh, and a happy weekend to all of you. Hopefully, you're doing good and enjoying your weekend and chilling. As the winter it's getting closer, we still are not facing that much cold weather yet, but hopefully, 1 month from now, hopefully, it will start. But today, it's not about winter fragrances. Yes, there are some winter fragrances here, but there's mostly underrated gems. And I like doing this because I have collected many fragrances over the years, and I like to go back to them and show them, showcase them, so people look at them. So the basic idea about these 15 fragrances are, I've reviewed them all. You can check them out, no problem. Full reviews are there, and you can check out every single other reviewer's review if they have discussed these. But these fragrances people don't talk about that much, and some of them are new, some of them are old, some of them are discontinued. These are worth looking at. Okay, like if you are in the market for looking for something unique, different, these are my suggestions. So I don't have these in particular order. If I did that, it would be a bit different, but these are like in random order. Okay, first fragrance I'm going to show you is, I think I don't want to take the person's name because he used to be my favorite actor, but after an incident, I don't really respect him that much anymore. Will Smith. This is Will Smith's wedding scent, I think signature wedding scent. This is called Vera Wang For Him or Men. So if you have seen my review, you guys know this fragrance is close to Dolce & Gabbana The One DNA, and is a little bit more serious, more formal, and longer lasting, and obviously it's affordable. But I'm seeing in Bangladesh this fragrance is not available anywhere, but if it's available in your area, give it a try. Like you don't have much to lose because this is not going to be super expensive. And I do apologize, sometimes I do not know about international market. Like last video I did like things Isse Miyake, I think Nui Disse, Pulse of the Night, and I said it's underrated. One guy said, hey, it's not underrated, it's just $300 in the market. And I was like, what? Sometimes I don't know what's rare in your area, so I do apologize if you find it expensive, but in my knowledge, from my knowledge, I try to put fragrances which are underrated. First fragrance is Vera Wang For Men. I think this is more amber, a little bit mild, woody, spicy kind of fragrance with a little bit sweetness. Less sweet, more serious version of Dolce & Gabbana The One. Second fragrance, Bulgari. Bulgari, this fragrance is called Bulgari Puram Soar. I did review all three from the line. I don't know if there are more. This is a very beautiful fragrance for serious fragrance lovers. If you like the note of tea, a little bit of smoke, and I get a little bit of a rubbery note, these three combination make this fragrance kind of masculine, very interesting, and really like these bottle designs as well. These are kind of fragrances people don't talk about that much in the modern day. But I think this fragrance is fantastic. A little bit powdery, a little bit serious, a little bit sweet, fresh, all the things you get, and the tea note is really something that I really feel cheered about. Okay, if you do not enjoy tea, perhaps you will not like it. It's a little bit, it's gonna take a little bit time to grow on you to make a purchase that kind of fragrance. But I really like Bulgari's underrated fragrance called Bulgari Puram Soar. I write down the names, no worries. Third fragrance is the reason I got this yesterday after a long time. I reviewed this some 5-6 years back when I started my channel. One of the first few reviews from Bangladesh. This fragrance is very hard to find nowadays. And this fragrance is an example how love has nothing to do with money or price tag, okay? This is called Sike Dark Obsession. This is a flanker to the original Obsession. See that this puts a smile on my face. I'm using something else for the morning, but I just put like a couple of sprays of this one just to enjoy my morning. These are kind of fragrances, like they are not going to be super hyped. I did review Obsession Night, Obsessed, Original Obsession, Obsession for Women, few of the other ones. But Obsession line, like Calvin Klein, the best thing about them are the price tag. Like you can get them for very good prices, but now this is going to be a bit hard to find. I think prices will be high, but you can find them in, like, let's say your local store, drugstore, where they have medicine and stuff. They sell other stuff. Sometimes in the corner you may find this. Keep it with you. It's a very nice powdery cola kind of a smell, a little bit fresh, a little bit spicy, but more vanilla play on the dry down, and it's really nice. Okay, so underrated gem. Definitely you can hunt it down. Dark Obsession for him. Really cool looking bottle with that nice little font. You can see the bottle is very nice. And these bottles come with 125 ml juice, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check. Usually like 125 ml, yeah, the older bottle 125 ml. Okay, so the next one is a fragrance I'm showing after some time. This basically is a summer wearable version of this perfume. It's called Spicebomb Fresh, this frosted glass. So this is one of those fragrances going to be very hard to find, very expensive. Okay, I'm sorry, this is how the reality is. But I got this just before, I think I got from one page, just the last unit they had. And nowadays it's very impossible to find. You see I have Spicebomb, I have Spicebomb Extreme, I have the green one. I have reviewed almost all of them. So fresh one, basically it adds a little bit of a citrusy and watery tonic vibe to the original Spicebomb. It kind of like dilutes the very spicy DNA, and it has its own character. At first I thought, I would not like it as much as I like Spicebomb, but I do wear it a lot. Okay, in summertime this is one of my go-to guys. If you have this, you can be very proud of your collection. This is one underrated gem for sure. Spicebomb fresh. I love the bottle. These bottles are some of the best looking bottles from designer game. Number 5 and 6 is gonna be back-to-back Guerlain. This fragrance, perhaps it's not very underrated. This fragrance some people sometimes show, and this line is very popular, but some of them are maybe not everybody's cup of tea. But this one right here is called Guerlain L'Homme Ideal. I think this is called Cool. I always get confused, cologne and cool. And I did say in my previous videos, if you cannot find the cologne, which is very rare and very expensive, you can opt for this. The original cologne, it's more like a citrusy, nutty, fresh, clean fragrance. This is something to do with mint, and once you put it on, the funny thing about this fragrance, at first you may feel, first application, you have put nothing on and it's too light, it's just like a no cologne. And I did sell my bottle or something. I think I said in my first review that from a sample that I did not feel the groove with this fragrance, but in time this fragrance actually was in my possession, and I think higher the heat, this fragrance performs really nice. But it's a subtle perfume. But if you like the note of mint, you can try it. It's very nice, sweet, that almost like Guerlain L'Homme Ideal cologne, maybe with a hint of mint, and that's like a synthetic kind of mint, but it's very Guerlain, right? So they do fragrances really nicely. Check it out, Guerlain L'Homme Ideal, cool. Then I'll talk with other Guerlain. This is gonna be very hard to find, but you can get the modern formulation. It's also very good. This is called Guerlain Homme Boisee. This perfume was hyped by few reviewers who know about fragrances really well for many years. I think Imitsu, he was one of them, and some of the other reviewers who really love this perfume. If you do like mint, and I think mojito with a lot of mint, this is the fragrance. These bottles are gonna be super expensive super expensive to buy when you find them. Okay, so good luck, but you can get those tall bottles. They also release this, but I'm pretty sure the older versions are better than the current formulation. It's really, really uplifting. Man, this fragrance, it's powerful, long lasting a lot. Like it lasts a long time. So I do control my number of sprays with this to enjoy the max. Okay, Guerlain, and this is called Boisee, Guerlain Homme Boisee. Next, after a long time, I'm bringing this back. I was like surprised. Hey, you there? Okay, I loved you a lot and I wore you a lot, during my initial years when this was released. I absolutely loved it. And I think I give credit to Dan Norton for introducing this to our group. This is called Dunhill Century, okay? I have some juice left here. And this is 135 ml or 130 ml. I forgot the bottle size of this. This is huge. This is 135 ml, yes, odd bottle size, and with a nice little magnetic cap, which I always find like, see, I'm still struggling. I'm not acting. Actually, it's difficult. If you don't have nails, you can take it off very easily. But nonetheless, it looks pretty cool, futuristic bottle. I do have the Century Blue, but I think this is better. This is a Neroli Play, fresh, clean, one of those uplifting scents, a lot of citruses up top, a little bit musky, and very safe for office wear, formal, So I would say this fragrance is basically good for office, and just after Dunhill's icon, this is very, very good. Close second, I would say. Not really exact similar, but they have a lot of similarity. That one is a lot more masculine. This one is like a laid back kind of fragrance. You can wear it any part of the day. No one's gonna say, hey, why are you wearing a weekend scent in the weekday? Nah, nothing like that, okay? Dunhill's, this is called Century. I always get confused with the name. Yeah, Century. This fragrance, you can again try. Nobody's talking about it anymore. Then this fragrance, yes, this fragrance, when I got it, I was very, very positive, and I still do love this perfume. Perhaps I would get a backup bottle if it's still available. This is called Bentley Momentum line, called Unlimited. This one is got this beautiful blue juice, and I really love these bottles. This ones have like a metal sort of like a casing or whatever, like in front and back. Very beautiful looking bottle. But the Momentum line, basically, it's like, I found one of them, the original used to be like a CH Man-ish. This perfume right here, it's not clone of anything that I have, okay? It smells very unique. It's fresh, but the fragrance basically is hard to describe. I get this kind of like a juniper berry, something like a fresh, at the same time a little bit spicy, woody, masculine, not really an aquatic, but it's a fruity, fresh, masculine perfume. Longevity is good also on this, okay? Bentley Momentum Unlimited, bringing it back with a beautiful bottle. Okay, sorry. I'm looking here and there because this is like our season of winter when it approaches a season of mosquitoes. And nowadays it's like a serious thing because I'm scared of dengue. A lot of people are getting affected and a lot of lives lost. So, it's not a joke. So, even if my room is closed, yeah, Bangladesh, a lot of mosquitoes. So, sorry about that. Okay. Next one is a sad story with this fragrance. Okay. I get a little bit sad because this is one of my signature scents. If you ask me, one of those is this one, Bulgari Man In Black. Why is this underrated? It's well talked about in the community. It's underrated now because a lot of fragrances are worse quality than this or less interesting than this get hype, but not many people talk about it. Look at that bottle. I mean, if you see it, it's like a masculine, dark, very personified sort of a fragrance, like how to say gangster, like, or spicy man, like a ram, booze, like pepper. I think there is leather, a lot of things going on here, but now it's so expensive. I don't know, is it discontinued or what? This line, a lot of gems are there, but this is my most favorite from the line. Okay, there's Black Orient, which is also good. There's also All Blacks edition, that is also good. But all of them are like almost nearing $100 now. Okay, and that's sad because this used to be like around $55. Okay, so I wish to find another bottle, but I think this one now, if I don't get a good deal, I will not buy it. Why is this underrated? Because this is easily one of the best. Like if you talk about the best, La Nuit de l'Homme, the one, like Dior Sauvage, Dior Homme Intense, this will be there right up there with those fragrances. It's like one of the best fragrances of Bulgari. Okay, if you don't have it, perhaps if you can get a good deal, get it. Okay, this is a fragrance. If it's gone, you will miss it a lot. It has to be in your collection. That's what I feel. Very proud of this fragrance. I wore it a lot. I have about, I think, 20 ml juice left. It's very hard to see through this bottle, but I love this Bulgari Man In Black. As I said, price tag doesn't determine love. Okay, sometimes love is about just love. You fall in love with the fragrance. This is such a fragrance called Dunhill. I think this is for Dunhill for Men or something like that. Okay, or Dunhill for him, Dunhill, one of those names. It's Bangladesh. It's called Dunhill Brown. I have Dunhill, I think Fresh was the other one, the blue one from this bottle. So these are like 75 ml bottles, I think. Yeah. And these are discontinued, but you can still find these for good prices. I really like this bottle, concave shape, beautiful juice color. And I got one bottle to my dad and I bought a backup bottle for me. The reason being, this fragrance is supremely long lasting, okay? And it's affordable. I'm not going to say cheap because sometimes maybe in your area it's not cheap. But I got this like under $30 or something like that. For 75 ml, it's a steal of a deal. It's a leather-based perfume, but starts off sweet and fresh. But it gets a little bit dark. But it's not super dark, like super skanky, very wearable, very manly. This smells like a little bit mature crowds fragrance, I would say like 30 and up. But winter time comes, if you look for a good office scent, Dunhill for Men. I think that's the name. I'll write down the name. I'm sorry. Sometimes it's not written on the bottle. So it's hard to tell, but it's called Dunhill Brown in our country. Very underrated gem. 5 left. Let's go with this one, Mauboussin Pour Lui. Super underrated. This fragrance, it's one perfume. When I bought a lot of perfumes back in KL, Kuala Lumpur in 2016-15, the shop, there was a Chinese lady. I used to tell this a lot in my reviews. She used to give me like so many samples and most of them were this perfume. I had about 6-7 samples of it. I wasn't really crazy about it because going for more mainstream perfumes, but I finally got this like earlier this year, and I think this is Maubussin's one of the nice offering. It's sweet, a little bit fresh, a little bit spicy, and very versatile. When I smell this, it's very nice. Everybody will like this DNA. If you happen to be in a counter where they have Maubussin, try this out, Pour Lui, and check out my review. This is a nice little offering, and I think it's affordable too. Next, Cerruti 1881, and this perfume is called Cerruti 1881 Men or something like that. So this is the original. They have a lot of flankers to it, fresh, cologne, blue. I do not know. There are many of them, but this fragrance, when I had it, I did not review it and I sold it off and I missed it. So finally, I got this bottle like earlier this year or middle of this year. This is similar to a lot of fougere, fresh, lavender, like a mint, Man, very uplifting perfume, one thing. But the thing is, one thing I'll just say, fair caution. This is not for younger guys. This fragrance is for people who love Drakkar Noir. If you like fragrance like Mauboussin Pour Lui, it's in that same genre, but with a lot of freshness up top, with a lot of lemon and mint, okay? But the dry down, it'll go Barbershop. 1881 by Cerruti. Underrated gem, nobody talks about it now. Next one, it got discontinued, and I think this is a good fragrance. It's a little bit synthetic, but its best attribute is the unique. I think there's a IV note, and it got a lot of mint, a lot of pepper, spices. It's a cold weather scent. In my humble opinion, it's called Jil Sander for Men. This fragrance bottle is quite big, 125 ml. Yeah, I actually had it, sold it off. Then I'm like, I look for it. You can't find this anymore very easily in my country, in our country. So this fragrance, sometimes you want to wear something different, like winter day, you want to pick up something that you don't feel like wearing your typical mainstream or your more popular fragrances. You want to wear something different. This is something different, okay? Jil Sander for Men. Check out my review. Very unique looking bottle and very unique juice. Long lasting too. Second last one, it's gonna be this awesome looking bottle. I just absolutely love how stunning this bottle looks. This is called Dupont Noir. Sorry about that. This perfume, it's discontinued. You cannot find this very easily, but some of the stores may have 1 or 2 bottles because this is not super popular. This perfume, it's just so nice, When I put this on, this fragrance perhaps is not super dark, but it's long lasting. Man, this fragrance has some sweetness, some hazelnuts, some spices, and it's got some dark leather-like property, but it's very wearable, okay? If you're a fan of Bulgari Man In Black, you definitely should check it out, Dupont Noir. Check out my review as well. Last but not least, sorry for the long video, but 15 fragrances take a little bit time if I talk a little bit in depth. Last one is called Hugo Boss's Selection. And I've shown this perfume a few times, I understand. Some of you have seen this. For good reasons. First of all, I love this bottle. This bottle design, I think is a newer bottle design or something, or a reformulated one. But this juice is so nice. This used to be called the real office for men, like before Jeremy's fragrance came, or Dior Sauvage came, or Dior Homme came. This fragrance was there. Hugo Boss is one of the stand-out kind of house. And this is pretty nice, powdery, mild. So nice, it's fresh, it's so easy to wear, it just uplifts your mood. If you're not a complicated guy, you're like an office regular guy with a tie and white shirt, this is very nice. Longevity, it's 4 to 5 hours, but you can carry a decant with you. Middle of the day you spray, it can bring back the fragrance. Really, really lovely perfume. I think this one got iris or something, I'm not sure. But Hugo Boss Selection, really nice perfume. Mild, spicy, sweet, fresh, okay, and woody. So that's the 15 fragrance underrated fragrances. Check out my full-on review. And I think you may like some of these fragrances if you're tired of the usual. Okay, have a nice day. Thanks for watching. Love you all. And thanks for always supporting my channel. Consider give it a like or thumbs up if you enjoy the content. If you can share the video, that would be really great help. Take care and enjoy your weekend. Bye-bye.